You got to tidy up in here.
Work in progress.
No wonder you got fuel issues. Just see if we've got any power there first, boy, because there may not even be any power, we don't know. Right, muckers, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, good to have you along. Now, we are on our way to go and look at a piece of British agricultural engineering junk. They were right in their day, but it'll become clear once we get there. Now, the bit of equipment we're going to look at today did actually run, but then it didn't. So we're going to go and see why it doesn't, and then we're going to have to make a decision as to whether or not it's viable to spend any time and money on. But anyway, I think more will become apparent once we get there. Oh, and watch till the end of the video, because there's a question for you. Anyhow. Well, it's not that, so it's that. That looks ominous. The bonnet is up already. 726. Air filters out. Not surprised, actually. The state of that. So what have we got here? It's got a hydraulic hitch on it. That's quite good. As is all of these, well, this is the remnants of a door. Our door's been rented right off that. Wonder if the bits are still about. What's that? Some kind of switch bodged up, which would probably mean that this shuttle lever's knackered, or the wiring to it is, so they've obviously just... It's probably a better system, actually. She's old solo controlled as well, that's good. Rather than just having the levers that go directly on the sort of valve block with the cables and stuff, she has got the solo control, which is good. Yeah. Well, she's seen better days, obviously, but if it hadn't, I wouldn't be here, would I? All the pigeon shit. Yes.
It ain't got no gas in it.
Oh well, we'll have a look and see what we can come up with. Right, so what are you... You're the man in the know. This is something you wouldn't often hear. What's wrong with it? They used to run alright.
Parts in here run alright. Now I'm not getting fuel up from the tank up to the engine, so it will turn over.
Yeah.
If you put fuel in it, it will fire.
Right.
But it just then won't run.
So you can get it to fire. Will fire.
It will fire.
But it just won't continue to run.
No.
Okay. The ignition side of it is all okay.
Yeah.
So if we get a battery on it, that'll be alright.
Yeah, battery on, it will fire up, crank.
Little crank, just won't fire. So we might have to introduce a little bit of something special. You got to tidy up in here.
Work in progress.
Right, we've got a battery on. Whether it's any good, that'll remain to be seen.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Oh, you've got something very special. Oh, you good boy, you good boy. We've always got to carry a bit of that. Right, we can fire that in direct in the back here somewhere, can't we? Or are you got an air hose off? Or are you just going to go straight in there like a complete amateur? Right, let me just see. So what have we got? Let's just have a look in here if we've got any lights and stuff going on. Oh, you're giving it a little clean up. What the fuck is this thing? That is literally as an override, is it? Because that's dead.
Yeah, what problem between there and the gearbox on the wiring, so when we had to move it, it was done just to move it.
Oh, we have got lights, though, as you say, at the top. All right, so we've got lights. Right, let me just have a little look in the back here, because just to make sure what's going on here, really. Got the old E.T.'s finger. What a treat. Look at that, lovely. What a bit of kit. Right. Right, so there's down there. Let me just see if I can get this in here so you can see. Right, there's the injector pump down in there. Filter is up in there. Can you just see the filter there? Yeah, there's the filter. Nothing's very easy to get to with this thing, is it? So you've got this big plate in the way. See this here, which is obviously where the boom is mounted. That's all in the way there, so it's not like you can take a side panel off here and do anything. So you either got to go in. Can you get in from above or not? No, you can't even get in above. Underneath and just in the side here, is it?
Over the top of the wheel.
And over the top of the wheel. Okay. So there we are. Yeah. What a pig! All right. Okay. Right. Let's turn that off. What we do? See what we got. Just see if we've got any power there first, boys. There may not even be any power. We don't know. Oh, there's all right. All right. Don't waste the power. You mustn't waste all the power we've got. You're going thin again, aren't you? Look at that. Look.
Just brush it forward.
I know. Mind you, they never thatch an empty shed, do they?
No.
You're actually is growing back again, mate. You're looking very regal.
You tell the kids that.
All right, we'll let's see if we can just get a note out of her. So you're already there, yeah? All right, let's give it a go. Go on. All right, okay. All right. Well, we know with a touch of snort she'll go, which means that if she's got fuel, she would run.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go. I'm going to go with that being a success. You know, she fired up. I suppose you've been giving her all the ether in an effort to get her to run.
I'm giving her a little bit.
Yeah.
No, to be fair, until it developed the problem,
Yeah.
you could leave it 3 or 4 months, touch a key, and away it would go.
That would be
never
all right.
been no problem.
Yeah. So there we are. We'll have a little bit more of a look around this, just to make a list of bits we want. But I'm, you know, that was fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
We've had worse.
A lot worse.
A lot worse. Yeah. All right.
It's in a shed for starters.
There is always that. Yeah, which is nice because at least we can work on it in the dry. So I think what we do, plan of action, and I think what we do is, as we said, if we bring a drum and a source of fuel. Possibly. I mean, I've used that bulb before, didn't I, on the Massey to the pump. I think probably if we use an electric pump on this, we'll see. I'll have a think. But at least a direct source of fuel to the injector pump, that should run.
Yeah.
And with your special cobbled switch type thing, it should drive.
It'll drive in now.
And the hydraulics will work.
Yep.
And they're not fast, because they never were, even from new.
No.
These were, without doubt, the slowest telehandler ever made. The hydraulics were slow. They're slow on the road. But they were powerful, weren't they?
Oh, yeah.
They were a powerful bit of kit. Right, let's have a little look here. So we go from this end. Our next end is up there from that pipe. Right, what I've done is I've removed this pipe. This is the pipe that goes from the secondary filter. It's got 2 filters on it, obviously you've got primary, secondary. From that filter out into the injector pump. So that's when that's all been filtered, all the fuel's been filtered. It then goes to the injector pump. Now, for the purposes of getting this running, we come back, because we're going to have to come back, get it running, get it loaded, and then we'll take it back to ours. So, for the purposes of that, I'm not going to bother running a filter. I just want clean fuel in a drum and a pump. And yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll run it like that. And very kindly found me the bottom door. So that's good. So that's actually not in bad order. So that can go on here. But this bit is obviously like normal. They all get broken off and whatever. But we've got the remnants of it. We can make a frame up and make another door. Because they're not difficult. They are literally just that. with a frame, or we've got most of the frame. Yeah, other than that, it's in bad condition, mate, really. You know, and so we can look at getting another forward and reverse shuttle lever. Because it could just be a shuttle switch issue, or it could be the wiring itself. Because you've actually, just looking at this, you've wired this direct all the way down towards the gearbox. Is that correct?
Yeah,
on the shuttle,
yeah,
the actual solenoid.
Yeah, right to the gearbox.
Okay, that's fine. Brakes, that'll have fucking none of the brakes, but you don't need brakes, do you? That's why you've got that thing at the front, because if you're going too quickly, you just drop that on the ground, you see?
Handbrake works.
Oh, the handbrake works.
Handbrake works.
That's good. All right, so we've got handbrake. So that stuff was the actual diesel.
Yeah, when we had the fuel problem.
What? No wonder you got fuel issues. So it's naturally aspirated, that engine. That's a Ford engine. It's the same engine, I think, as in a 6610. Cross rib, straight 4, naturally aspirated. So that's not too bad. It's all right. Oh, the front drive shaft is on there. That's good. Take it, the four-wheel drive works, does it?
Yes.
Oh, it does. Amazing. That's got that hideous Sanderson backplate, which is just like a forklift backplate. That wants a Macbro backplate on that, boy. They were the best.
Pin and cone.
Pin and cone. So that's the one thing about the Sanderson they were known for, was look, the bloody size of these rams, look. That's why they were so slow, going up and down, but they were powerful. They're huge. So there we go, Marcus. That's the plan then. So if we'll get this made up so we can get a pump and a fresh drum of fuel put on there and go direct to that pump, and hopefully we can get it running long enough to get it out of the shed and that back actually up onto a wagon and away home. So that is the plan. Right, so we're back here now. This is the pipe that I took off, okay? And obviously, as I said, that comes off that filter housing on the side of the engine, then goes into the top of the injector pump. It's because it obviously has got bad fuel in that tank, and I think right through that system. So I think what we'll do, because there's a little gauze where this goes on the injector pump normally, we'll just take that out and make sure that's clear as well. But I'm going to get another piece of pipe like this made up, so it's got the flare. See on there, got the flared end. All right. So flare the end like that so it fits on with a nut like that. But we'll just have it straight up. And on that part where it goes straight up, we'll fit a fuel delivery system. So we'll get a 20-litre drum of, clean drum of fresh diesel. I'm going to take two systems just in case, because some engines actually work better if they're gravity fed. So basically get the drum higher and then down on the pump. It's just how it happens. Others prefer to be force fed, but I'll take both systems. So all I'll need is a piece of fuel line with a bulb to prime it up. You've seen that happen before with the Massey that we did, and that goes then onto this piece of pipe we'll have made up, which will go directly onto the injector pump. The other system I'll take along is this little 12-volt fuel pump. You can use it for oil and emptying stuff and everything. But what we'll do, simply using the hose, the fuel delivery hose, take it off here and here. So I'll have a piece coming out of the drum, 12-volt supply. So just put another battery up on that rear mudguard at the back near the air filter. And then I'll put another piece, same size fuel delivery hose coming off this side. And which way does this go? Actually, it says, yeah. So anyway, that inlet is there. So that piece will go in the drum. That 12-volt, that'll get that pumping. And then this side is delivery. We can put that onto our little piece of fuel line going straight onto the injector pump. And then I think we'll be okay. Right, muckers, question time. So the telehandle that you've just seen, I think, was one of the most revolutionary pieces of farm equipment in modern times. both here in the UK and in Europe. Now, I know it's not actually that popular a piece of equipment to have in the US. They're still using loader tractors, big ones, and of course the skid steer. But I also know that a lot of my viewers here are not involved in farming or construction. So, I mean, even if you're like an electrician or something like that, what piece of equipment or individual tool could you now not be without? So, like I said, in farming, you could be a telehandler or whatever, or if you're a tradesman and something else, you could be like, I've got a certain pair of grips, or I've got a special tool that does this. What piece of equipment or a tool could you now, you just couldn't cope without it? Put your answers in the old squid pit below in the comments section. Now, also, if you haven't already watched last week's video with the beet harvester, go and watch that, because there's a chance for you to win some Lord Muck merchandise and stuff on that video. But anyway, yeah, what bit of kit or piece of equipment or a tool could you now not do without? Let us know. What? You done? You alright? Good boy. So, anyway, Muckers, I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see what happens in the next episode of that one when we go and fit the fuel system to it. Won't we, darling? We'll see what happens. But if you give the video a like, please, because it makes a massive difference to what we can do here on the channel. And also, doesn't cost you a penny. Right then, Muckers. We'll catch you on the next one. Do well.